I am Raquel Tengosha Damaso. You can call me Teacher Raquel. And I hope you're doing well today. Nice to meet you. So, I will be your teacher for today. But before we head on to our topic, let me ask you a question first. So, students, what comes up to your mind when you hear the word design? I will give you 5 seconds to think. Time's up. And because you're all very participative, I am going to give you something yummy. A cake for all my students. Good job. Let's eat it together in 3, 2, 1. Yum, yum. Very good. So, based on the question, thinking about the word design, one might think about plan, drawing, decoration, or anything that is related to art or artwork. Well, just like any other things, design also has its own building blocks before creating one. These essential compositions are vital to make a successful design. Today, we will learn about elements of design. So, I want you to sit back, relax, and learn. Now, let's talk about the elements of design with Teacher Raquel. Alright, let's move on. But first, I want you to look at the picture and tell me, what do you see? I will give you 5 seconds to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now tell me, what do you see? Some might say they see a picture of a house with different colors and shapes. Wow, good job! Your observations are correct. You're so smart. Well done! Actually, elements of design are different essential building compositions of all designs. Every design that is created includes one or a fusion of two and other elements. Meaning you can create or make a design using one or a combination of two or other elements. For example, line. You can make a drawing out of line. Or you can make a design out of line and color. Or line, color, or with shape. Like that. Similarly, an artist could be compared to a cook who utilizes various ingredients to come up with a one-of-a-kind recipe. An artist would also start making a piece of artwork by incorporating various elements of design together. Okay, so that's it. Now let's talk about different elements of design. There are many elements of design, but we're going to talk about the basic. First is the line. So line, this mark span a distance between 2 points. Okay, so look at the picture. As you can see, there are various types of line. It could be wavy, dashed, dotted, or straight, horizontal, or it could be vertical. Next element is shape. It is a two-dimensional element that can be used to control how we perceive a composition. Okay, so we have learned all these things when we are still a kindergarten student. So we learned about triangle, diamond, heart, circle, rectangle, and square. The next element is color. So color, it can be used symbolically. It can also be used to create a pattern. It helps in setting a specific mood. So we also learn this when we are still young. Actually, it can help us to symbolically set a specific mood. So if a person is sad, you can say, "Oh, that person is blue." But actually, she or he is not color blue literally. But the color is just used to emphasize the mood. If a person is in love, what color should we use to define it symbolically? Correct, you're right. It's color red. So others tell when you are in love, you use the color red. So, okay, the next element that we're going to talk about is the form. Form is a three-dimensional element that contains height, width, and depth. So, look at the picture. Some might say, "Teacher, it also looks like a shape." Well, your observation is correct. As you can see, it is like a square. However, the difference between form and shape is that shape is 2D and form has 3 dimensions. It has now the depth. So when it has depth, then we can consider and call this element as form. The next element is value. What is value? Value is the lightness and darkness of a color. It influences the mood set by the color. So this is easy to understand, okay? So the difference between value and color is that it pertains to darkness and the lightness of the color. So basically it is talking about the shade of the color. As you can see in the picture, the color is defined from light to dark. The next element is what we call texture. Texture is the way something feels or looks like it would feel. Now look at the picture. You can automatically see where is the rough road and where is the smooth road. But you don't have to touch it for you to identify it, because texture is also how we can perceive it. Okay, so look at the picture on the top. So you can say it is rough because of the rough surface, as we can perceive it. And the next, the picture below is smooth because of the straight line being perceived and portrayed in the picture. The next element is space. So what is space? Space can be manipulated based on the artist. It is created through the placement of other elements of design. So look at the picture. With space, we are able to arrange the picture and the shape to form a very good image. So if there is no space, the triangle will be put inside the square or the tree inside the house. So we need space to manipulate our artwork or design. Okay, so that's all for today. Now we are going to have an activity. I want you to draw your dream house creatively while incorporating all the elements of design. And I also want you to color your work to make it beautiful. Okay, so if there are any questions, feel free to ask Teacher Raquel. So you remembered what you have saw earlier in the beginning of this activity or lesson? I asked you, what do you see? And you say it might be a house. Actually, it's not it might. It is actually a house with different shapes and color. So you can use that as spaces. So that's all. Thank you for watching. Have fun.